Hey ladies, it's Syddin from Syddin Pretty here, and today I wanted to come to you guys with a reaction video. Reaction videos are pretty acceptable on YouTube, so I figured why not? I think this is a very well-needed video. I have recently started out trying to raise awareness about traction alopecia and other side effects of a lot of the techniques used in the Black community. And basically, I'm calling this movement It's Not Genetics. I find that a lot of women like to utilize genetics as an excuse for why their hair is going nowhere. But 9 times out of 10, minus those with terminal illnesses, autoimmune diseases, and a few people who really just do have bad genes, the majority of people don't even give their hair a chance to get anywhere. And I wanted to utilize this video to kind of spark awareness. Now, I want to give a disclaimer. I am in no way, shape, or form trying to drag this hairstylist or attack this person personally, but more so raise awareness, as I said, and get the conversation started and kind of spark a new perspective on some changes that we should and I feel like we could implement. So let's get started. So I do not know this artist or his client personally, so everything I'm saying is just going on the surface. Things could be differently, and if so, I'm more than open to dialogue. But just based on looking at this video from the start, you can see that this client already has some traction alopecia, and she still seems to have some glue on her hair underneath or on her hair, probably from her previous style. So the first thing that I have to say is, I always say traction alopecia does not just happen overnight. It is a process that typically you see happen over a few days. And some people, once they start to feel how tight the hair is, they start to see some follicles coming out, they stop. But I feel like an overwhelming majority of women who are suffering from traction alopecia, they see the problem, yet they continue to do the same thing. And that's what it appears to be in this video. And me personally or professionally as a stylist, I actually do have clients who come in and say, I need you to braid this tighter, I need you to do this tighter. And I tell them, you know what, I can't do that, because I'm not going to contribute to you having traction alopecia. For one, I don't want you to blame me. And for two, I cannot go on knowing that I am enabling you. And I'm going to go ahead and say that stylists are the first defense, I would say, in stopping traction alopecia when it comes to, people in the hair salon. At some point, you have to say no. Or I can't say what you have to say, but I personally would say, you know what? How about we work on getting your hair together? Because, do you want to be in weaves forever? Do you want to constantly be having to hide your hair? Do you want to actually be able to wear your hair too? So that's the first thing I would say. So yes, generally traction alopecia is something that I see start, but progress over a few days, a few months, a few years. It just keeps going. It's not like, oh, I just went yesterday and now all my edges fell out. No, people typically see the issue and they continue to keep doing what they're doing. And I actually talk about this in my video entitled Hair Won't Grow, It's Not Genetics, It's You. And I go into how I feel like a lot of times it's a self-esteem and acceptance issue. And I understand, we've had to fight to assimilate into the culture here, and I understand where we've come from, but I think that we have to start valuing our own health and our own beauty over other people's perspectives. And I feel like you see this a lot these days with especially women on social media constantly compromising their health to continue to please others. And at some point, you have to muster up the courage to stand alone. And if that means you have to go natural, go natural. If that means you have to start off, shaving your head, then do that. If you have to go back to relaxers, if that works for you, do that. But my entire point here is, please do not compromise the integrity and the health of your hair and your being and who you are and your body for the sake of how other people view you. You know, I feel like if you don't feel celebrated in one area, then you need to go somewhere where you are celebrated, or you have to celebrate yourself. And I think that's the best option here, is to celebrate yourself. So I wanted to throw that out there. And I think, you know, again, it's sad to see them continuing to band-aid this problem by putting on another quick weave or sew-in or whatever this was. And, you know, at the end of the video, you can see the client is very happy. And I know people will come in this content, the comments and say, well, she's happy. That's all that matters. Leave her alone. Okay, she might be happy and they might be happy here, but I'm still going to utilize this as an example for others who may not be seeing the problem, or they are, but they're just ignoring it. Regardless to whether this person is happy or not, I feel like it still silently or subliminally says to others, hey, keep it going. You know, like, I feel like we need more people to say, you know what, enough is enough. Let's stop this. So that's what I had to say about this video so far. And let's move on to the next video that I saw on this particular stylist page. Might I add, just in case I forget, because I haven't taken any notes on this video, I actually had a situation with the client coming into who came into my shop a few weeks ago, who basically was mad because I focused more on caring for her hair than styling on her hair. And I must say that here at Syddin Pretty, hair care is the number one priority. Yes, I try to make hair care cute, but ultimately, I'm not going to compromise the hair care process or the health of your hair for your style to look great. And you know, sometimes when you are starting your hair journey, you don't always have the most banging style. It's more about nursing your hair back to life. And I must say that I think this is in general in life, but I'm going to keep this video talking about Black women because I'm trying to bring awareness to us in particular. I think that we place way too much of an emphasis on style rather than health. And I think the next video I'm going to show you is going to point this out perfectly. So to start off here, I'm not sure if this young lady has color in her hair on her tips, and that's why it's so dry. Regardless if it's color or it's just so dry that it's turning gray. This is very, I don't even really have a word for this. I think the last thing on her mind should be trying to, let me say this. In the last video I did, which I want to remind you guys to watch, hair won't grow most of the time. It's not genetics, it's you. I talk about how people always want to say, oh, it's just hair, long hair don't matter. If long hair doesn't matter, if having long hair doesn't matter, why are women literally breaking their hair off trying to have long hair? If that wasn't the case, I wouldn't say anything. But we're saying long hair doesn't matter, but we're constantly trying to imitate those in styles from those that do have long hair. And to me, I really am just at a loss for words here, just to see how dry her hair was and how they continue to, I don't get it. I will say, again, most of the time it's not genetics. It is the 30-second Pro Salon glue that you're seeing in this video. It's the Ampro Gel. It's the Ghost Bond. It's the Lace Frontal. It's the Faux Locks. It's the box braids. It's the invisible ponytail. It's the relaxer. It's the etc., etc., etc. Are these techniques and these products inherently bad? Or are they bad? No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, I think that the solution here would be to take a back to basics approach. I think that we do entirely way too much to our hair to get styles that look ridiculous. Now, see, this part, before I was speaking from my professional experience and opinion, now I'm speaking from my personal experience and opinion. So you can disregard this, what have you. But I will personally say, I want to say that, do I wear braids? Occasionally, yes, I do. Do I like braids? I love braids. Do I wear wigs? Occasionally, yes, I do. Do I like wigs? I love wigs. Do I wear weaves? Not anymore. Do I love weaves? Yes, I do. Sorry, I just had a little hiccup. All of these things when done right and in moderation. But I will say, and I forgot to include a picture of crochet braids in here as well. I think that Black people, Black hairstylists, we are very artistic and creative when it comes to our hair and our techniques. I will say that. And I think it's amazing. And I think the ability to express ourselves so freely through our hair, I think it is amazing. And I want to preface what I'm about to say with this statement because I don't want to come off as biased. But this is something I was thinking about earlier, and I wanted to bring it up in this video because I'm wondering if anyone out there notices the same thing or feels the same way. Again, I want to say that if our styles weren't cool, we wouldn't see the influence that they have worldwide. And I understand that. However, generally, when you see the styles imitated, it's like a special occasion thing. Look at this. I wanted to switch it up. I thought this was cool. Let me try it. Versus, oh, this is our 24/7. This is all we do. And I think it is interesting that in a lot of cases with this traction alopecia, excessively dry hair, constant breakage, etc., I think it is interesting that we, and I'm going to say we because I don't want to be making it a, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to exclude myself from this because at one point, unfortunately, just due to, generational, people, you teaching the children things that I think it is interesting that we literally sacrifice and tear our hair up for styles that do not even look natural at all. I'm not saying that if the style looks natural, go ahead and pull your edges out. That's not what I'm saying. But I think it is interesting that we are losing our natural beauty over, in my opinion, styles that sometimes they look cool and they're fun to do on occasion, but they're very obviously fake, and I can't fully describe what I'm saying. But I feel like we are putting like I said, we're sacrificing our natural beauty to styles that don't even look good. Now, again, this is my personal opinion. I'm a very simple, back to the basics person. So I'm saying this again from my own opinion. But I want to be honest about how I feel in my perspective. Again, I feel like we sacrifice our natural beauty for styles that are not even flattering. And to me, I think this is what it's going to take. I am appreciative of the natural hair movement. And I'm appreciative that women are taking the time to learn themselves, embrace who they are, and encourage other women to do the same. I will also say with the natural hair movement, as with many movements, I feel as though there are too many extremes. And what I mean by that is when you go into the natural hair community, you still see discrimination, whether that be texturism or whether that be choiceism. I just made that up, but I feel as though there's judgment to naturals who choose to heat style frequently. I feel like there's still constant judgment. So what I want to say about that is, if you see a black woman who is relaxed, straightening her hair, afro puffing it out, whatnot, please do not be so biased or judgmental to a woman that has at least embraced her natural beauty, because whether she's altered it or not, it's still hers. And heat styling your natural hair, coloring your natural hair, relaxing your natural hair. When I say natural hair, I mean your own hair, not hair that is added. Natural hair, I'm not talking about it has to be textured or it has to be curly. I'm talking about a woman who is wearing the hair that is grown out of her scalp and is making a choice that works best for her hair. Please, I'm not saying you can't have opinions. Obviously, we're all entitled to our own opinion. But applaud the fact that this woman is at least bold enough and brave enough to nurture her own hair and to go out into the world with her own hair. I'm a weave stylist. I have nothing against weaves, and I think weaves can be very beneficial, especially in aiding in our healthy hair journeys. But what I will also say is, please do not, if we're going to encourage women to wear their own hair, please don't put a woman down just because she's chosen to relax her hair or because she's chosen to heat style her hair. At least she's wearing her own hair. At least she's saving money on weaves. At least she's not hiding. Not to say every woman who's wearing weaves is hiding, but I'm talking specifically about women who hide behind weaves and they utilize weaves in a destructive way. This is specifically this conversation is specifically for that group of women. I'd also like to add that healthy hair is healthy hair. So if you achieve healthy hair by keeping your hair straightened, who the hell cares? It's healthy. If you achieve healthy hair by wearing it curly, who cares? It's healthy. If you achieve healthy hair by relaxing your hair, who cares? It's healthy. So I want to go back to genetics. Ever notice how when black men grow their hair out, and this is, it doesn't even have to be locks. It can be braids. It can be a ponytail, whatever. Ever notice how their hair flourishes? I want to use this example to showcase. I think it's less about genetics here and more so about doing the most. Simplicity is the height of sophistication. And I truly believe that if we as black women choose to take a more back to basics approach to our hair, and I'm not saying you got to get on here and co-wash and deep condition and introverted method and porosity, all this. That's not what I'm talking about when I say back to basics. I think that's complicating things that are really more simple than they think. And we'll get into that another day. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is, if from the time you were 12 to 20, you relaxed your hair 4 times a year, you washed once a week, deep conditioned once a week, blow dried, whatever, and your hair was flourishing, why would you stop just because someone came to you and said you need to go natural? No. If that basic regimen worked for you and your hair was at its best, you do that. If you know you're busy and you wearing box braids, this is a picture of Ludacris popping up, by the way, because I wanted to show, black men, when they grow their hair out, it flourishes. If you wearing box braids year round in conjunction with you treating your hair, if that works for your lifestyle and your hair is doing well, you do that. If you rocking your afro puff and you using a little shea butter, washing your hair twice a month, whatever, if it works for you, stick to it. But I really believe that if we stop doing the most and stop jumping on every trend when it comes to our hair, and we stick to what we know, we stick to what works, I genuinely believe a lot more of us would be out here flourishing. My goal is to one day get to a point where Black women with healthy hair or long healthy hair are seen, and it's not such a dramatic thing. Not such, oh my God, you have hair? Oh my God, you have long hair? I want it to one day be, I want healthy hair to be seen, and there's no blinking. Like, oh, like, you know, I want it to not be an anomaly. I'm tired of our femininity and our natural beauty being placed in an other category. I really do feel like that. I feel as though our beauty standards and our natural beauty is in an other category. And if you're wondering, what the heck is she talking about? I can talk about that too. But the purpose of this video is not to be, you know, some radical activist video. It's nothing like that. I just want to help people grow their hair, achieve natural happy hair. Yeah, achieve happy hair. And I realize that if anything, I see I see people who look like me needing this the most. And because I figured it out now, I want to, in return, share it with others so that we can change the narrative and shift the paradigm. I don't even know if that's the right term. But anyways, if you like this video, please hit like. If you want to see more content like this, please subscribe and check out the other videos. And if you feel the same way I do, or you disagree but want to get the conversation started up in the comment section, please share this video with someone who you know who may be interested. And I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you all later. By the way, I almost forgot to say, I am trying to reach 1,000 followers by the end of May. So please, I meant subscribers, sorry. So please don't forget to subscribe. Bye, thank you.